the street, Diamond and King went missing from 500 Matthew Street. The exact name of, not name, but the exact, address to where her father, family members can help me out with that, resided is needed. So we're on the street and we need the exact address. I really want to take a good look at the house. Some people may live there, so I'm not going to put the house on live. But I just want to take a good look at it in the surroundings. We are on the street, but I need the exact address. So, yeah. I need to know exactly what house. Alright, so I've tagged Miss LaShawn. I need you to message me the house number. I'm not going to put the house on live, but I like to know the house number. We're at the end of the block now. Lots of trees over here. Lots of ducks. Hideaway spots, so to speak. It's tree land over here. A lot of trees and bushes. And you can't really see the entire block by just turning on the block itself. Like, if you didn't know any better, you truly didn't know any better, right? And you just turn on this block, especially at night, you would think that there's just a forest behind that car that I'm right in front of. You would think that there was a forest behind that car. That's what you would think. I need the exact address, Miss LaShawn Walker. Can you message me that? Can you send it to my messenger? Being on the street doesn't really help me to get a visual. I need to know exactly what house. I'm on the street, but I don't know what house. So if you can send me a message on Messenger, that will be great. So I'm just waiting for you to send me a message on Messenger to let me know exactly. Yeah, I'm live right now. Like, you're looking at my live. If you can send me a message, I'm not going to put the house on live. Okay, thank you. That helps. I just really want to get a good visual. So I just turned on this street off of 5th Avenue. And I'm making observations. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, the bushes and the tall, untrimmed trees that are here now, I can bet money that it was looking this way 6 years ago. Just a little shorter. Just a little shorter. So, yeah. So I'm going to approach where Diamond and King once stayed. I'm making an observation of the street itself. I see that there is an alley. An alley to my right. There's an alley to my left. Upon turning on the street, I do see that. Making a mental note of that. I do see that, and I'm making a mental note of that. There are a few cars in the alley to the left of me. So making a mental note of that as well. Okay? I got disconnected from you guys because it's raining. And I typically have these issues when I'm trying to do something really important. All right. So I had to restart the live stream. It just kind of ended on me. It just shut down on me. I don't know who lived on this street from 6 years ago. I'll try to find out. There's two things that I want to find out. Like, what residents are still living on this street from 6 years ago? I'm sure there are. Most of the block may have lived here 6 years ago. The turnover on the east side isn't as high as you think it is. I've lived in Gary. I've lived on the east side. The turnover isn't as high as you think it is. Am I saying the right side? The Bronzeville area, okay? In terms of like some of these houses that people live in, they're like the grandkids that are now living in the house because their grandparents have passed on or something, or their aunt or their uncle, and now they've taken over the property. Like, the turnover is not what you think it might be, if that makes sense. Most of the people on this block may have been living on this block for the last 10 years, at least. Some of them the last 20 years. I know a lot about the area. I know a lot about this side of town. And a lot about the turnover rate. Okay. So because, unfortunately, my live stream shut down on me, I'm just resharing this live before I take a closer look. I'm just kind of resharing this live stream right now. And I want you to see what I see when you first turn on the street, when you make a right off of 5th Avenue. You really don't see the houses. Like, they're kind of covered up. Okay? That's something to make a mental note of. You have to, like, drive down the street in order to see, oh yeah, there are houses on this block. You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. I'm going to share this with Chicago's Business Network. Help find Bynum in King. I'm sharing this live stream right now with Team Rebuild Gary, if they allow me. I'm going to share this live stream with the Dark Side, GI, Hood Spot. I'm going to share this live stream with Chicago girls missing and current. I'm sharing this live stream now with Northwest Indiana happenings. I'm sharing this live stream now with the Gary 219 scanner only. I'm sharing this live stream now with Gary, Indiana. And I'm going to pick a very special group to share this live stream with. I'm going to pick a very special group. I guess I'll go with Positive Lake Station, Indiana. I'll share with that group. So there you have it. I can't share with any more groups right now. I can't. All right. So let me take a scroll here and see what I can find out. So, and I'll be making a note of what I noticed. Okay. So upon entering the street off 5th Avenue, houses are covered with trees and untrimmed, is it untrimmed? Untrimmed bushes. So that's something that I'm making a note of upon entering the street. You can't clearly just see down the street. You may not be able to see who's walking down the street by simply just being here at the edge of the block, right? I'm going to drive to the house Diamond went missing from. And if there are individuals in the house, I am not going to put the house on live. I won't be doing that. I want to be able to come back and drive around Gary without looking over my shoulder. So I will not be putting the house on live if there are people living in that house. I don't know if it's abandoned or not. I haven't been over here on this street in forever, so I have no reason to come over here. I'm down somewhere else, hanging out with my uncle. So this is in my area, okay? I'm familiar with the area, but this Pacific Street is what I'm trying to say. So I'm looking for the address. And I'm wondering, these numbers are going down and not up. So, yeah. I need to turn around. And I am going to turn around. These numbers are going down. Not up. There's a railroad track at the end of the street. I gotta try to get a look at the house. I need to find the house that they lived in first. And then I'm going to focus on that. I got to find a house. I haven't found a house yet. And I know that house ain't 6 or 7 minutes away because I was on Matthews Street. So I'm going to turn around and go and look for the house. Before I look for anything else, I need to see where they were. Okay? I got to see where they were. Where were they? Good gracious. I don't want to say the address out loud. So, but I'm looking for the house. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know if people live there or not. So I'll find out today. I'm going to come down this street and I'm going to come back over. That's not the exact address, but please don't put the exact address on live because somebody gave me the address. It was sent to my messenger and I'm looking for the number. I got the address, I'm just looking for the address number. 500 Matthew Street is just that is just the block itself. That just tells me how to get to the street, but not how to get to the house. Someone did give me that, and that's why I'm turning back around. Someone did give me the address just now, so I gotta go back to. I'm going back to Matthews. I'm gonna look for the house. I hope they gave me the right address. I'm gonna look for it. Okay. I'm back on Matthews right now. So I'm back on Matthews. You know what? You know what? I think I should have made a left instead of a right on 5th. Yep. I know what happened. I'm on the wrong side of the street of the Matthews. I gotta go across 5th. I'm going across 5th. I made a right and I should have made a left. There's a lot of one-ways in Gary. I believe this is a one-way street. It is. So it will be illegal for me to just shoot across there like I really am tempted to do. So I gotta go all the way around. I need to go on the other end. Okay? So I'm going on the other end. Share this live stream with everyone. So many people have been following this case for years, and they probably will want to get a really good visual. Visuals help. Visuals have helped me tremendously with figuring out certain things with missing person cases. I can read all day. I need to get a visual. I gotta see. It helps. I need to see this block. I gotta envision this block. I gotta get up close and personal with this block. It helps. So I'm coming back around. Somebody say seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. So now I'm up here on Matthews. I was on the other end. I was supposed to make a left, which you can't make a left. You got to kind of come around. It's a one-way street. Now I want to try to find 529. All right. Five. You can barely see the addresses on the houses. You can barely see the addresses on these houses. May have to ask a neighbor. Might have to ask a neighbor. I know it's got to be one of these houses. This is 545. Okay. go. I found it. I found the house. I'm not putting the house on live, even though I found it, because it's very apparent somebody lives there. But I'll put this house on live because it's abandoned. All right. I don't have no regards for abandoned houses, okay? So I don't give abandoned houses the same amount of privacy that I give occupied houses. I'm not a grimy person. I'm not going to put anybody's occupied house on live. I am going to say that I am on the 500 block of Matthews. I will say that I am across the street from where Diamond and where King were reportedly or allegedly last seen. It's alleged and reported. All allegations. I got to see video footage to say anything else other than it's pure allegations. There is a house that is abandoned. There is a house that's abandoned across the street. Okay, so I'll show you the house. All right, so this is the house that is abandoned. This address must have been 524 Matthew Street. I read a really disturbing Facebook comment. You can find out a lot by just reading what folks say. You'd be surprised how cases get cracked by reading what people put in comments online. I've spent time, and I'm still doing it, going through your comments, things that you all have posted in replies talking about this case. So this one particular lady made a post stating that there was a house across the street, and that Diamond and King may have been in the house, or something about the basement. And there was a man that lived in this house, but he is now deceased. I'm going to try to find some neighbor who knows a little bit about this block, and the people who lived on this block. We'll see who comes out of their home today and who I can speak with. And I want to confirm, there's some things I need to confirm or unconfirm. I want to confirm that there was a man who lived in this home at some point. I can go on Zillow.com and look that information up. But what I might recover, it may not be completely accurate. So, in terms of the previous owner, if it's been turned over to a bank or something like that, But this is the house that someone reportedly lived in, a man lived in at some point. 524. Oh, I didn't give the address to the house. That was addressed to another house that I was passing while I was trying to find the address. So I didn't give the actual address to the house that Diamond. And I am across the street from the house, though. And so I'm looking at the house. I'm noticing as I'm looking at the house that it's very wooded on the side of the house. I don't think that it was dramatically different 6 years ago. There are a lot of trees. It looks like a mini forest on the side of Diamond and King's old residence. But right now what we're looking at, because I am not going to put someone's house on live, I want to be able to drive around in these streets peacefully without somebody trying to get after me. So I'm not doing that. That's not happening. Now, this is an abandoned house. I have no problem showing you this abandoned house because I read some disturbing information about this house. I don't know if what I read is true. The only way I could potentially find out, I would have to reach out to organizations with the equipment to go into the house itself and scan for remains. Yeah. I gotta find some professionals willing to come out and that the city will allow to come out for free to do that. With the equipment necessary to do that. Please don't put addresses on here on this live stream. You can put 524 on the live stream, but don't put no. This is an abandoned house, okay? So that's fine. 524 it's abandoned. Nobody's staying. I hope nobody's living in this house. Okay? So this is the abandoned house people spoke of. A man lived here at some point, reportedly. I have to do research to find out if that is actually true. I don't know. I haven't been here before. I've not lived on this street before. It's 6 years later. It's pretty unkept around these parts. A lot of woody type patches, I guess. It's very possible that it's very possible it's my camera. It's very possible. No, they're still missing. I'm just taking a second. I'm taking a first look. This isn't a second look. This is a first look for me. I'm looking at the area itself. I thought I said another number, like 545 when I was going down the street. I don't remember saying that number. Taking pictures right now. So I'm taking pictures. So when Diamond walked out of her house, so reportedly, or when King walked out with her, reportedly, allegedly, supposedly, right? I want you to see they would have been walking on this side of the street, the right-hand side of the street. And it's pretty woody over here. You can't even really walk on the sidewalk, you know? There's nothing here, really, except for a laundromat on the corner. few blocks down away from here. A few blocks down. But I was definitely in Gary. I know not much has changed in 6 years. Much of nothing at all. Can you hear me now? All right. So I see the house. I see where it is. Some people believe she walked to McDonald's. That's a long walk. You can do it, but it's a long walk. You can do it. You can walk from over here way down to McDonald's, but it's a long walk. It could take about an hour to make that walk. It could take probably about an hour to make that walk. Matthews is a one-way street, so I can't just turn around on that street. I gotta like come around. I know about how long it take to get to McDonald's from here. It's a lot. Not saying you can't make it. If you determine, you can get down there to McDonald's. So there are several abandoned buildings on this block. This is one. I believe that's 574 Matthew Street. This is one abandoned building on this specific block. I believe I'm trying to make out the numbers to the best of my ability. I hope nobody lives there. I hope to God no one lives there. But you know what? It's possible. I see furniture and stuff up in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. And then that house on the end right there, that house on the very end, that's the house that a man allegedly once lived in. This house, I'm focusing on it. This house is across the street from where Diamond reportedly lived. It's a pretty large house. Yes, it has a basement. It has a basement. I can tell it has a basement. I can look at the side of that house. And yeah, I'm looking at it. It has a basement. Let me read the comment, that disturbing comment that kind of stuck with me for a while I'm looking at this house. There was a comment and I posted it, and I want to read exactly what was stated. And I thought it was worth sharing. Some things you just don't overlook. Some things is like, and there's other things I'm just not overlooking. I'm gonna look into it before I debunk it. So I want to really look into this before I debunk it. and say, that lady, she was just making stuff up. We're so quick to that's why people don't like to speak on stuff like this. And I noticed that you guys will eat people alive. Oh my God. When people are trying to share something that they know, I'm watching and I'm paying attention to it. It happens all the time. People get shut down and they just will hold something to the day they die because they don't want to be attacked. They don't want people saying that they clout chasing and they're lying and they just trying to start stuff. So folks will hold on to information and won't say a word because y'all are so catty. Woo! It takes somebody bold like me that can kind of withstand it. I can kind of withstand it. And I'm going to even probably end up snapping off. But I can withstand some of it. I can withstand a lot of criticism. I've taken it. I've watched 500 comments come in at a time with people just going in on me. And I'll be like, nope, I'm sticking to what? Nope, I'm sticking to my guns on this one. It takes a strong person to come forward after 6 years and to share information that may be helpful to this investigation. I'm praying for your strength, whoever you are. While I'm showing this house right now, I'm praying for your strength, whoever you are. I understand. Believe me, let me be your mouthpiece. Let me share that information you've been holding on to. Believe me, I know that people will attack you. They will call you a liar. They will say you're just trying to get attention. And you may have some real information that can help bring closure to this family. I understand why you wouldn't have said anything. I couldn't believe that what was posted online, I actually ran across it on Facebook. I'm like, oh, wow. She said this out loud. It was in the comments though. So let me go to that statement. Hold on. This is about, this other young boy. So let me go to that statement. Yeah, somebody said someone must have bought it. Well, this is the abandoned house that people are alleging a man once lived that could potentially have had something to do with Diamond and potentially with Diamond and King's disappearance. There's a basement in the house. And then it's been kind of rumored that they are in the house. All right. So, here's a statement that stuck with me and I posted it. Somebody tried to tell me what to post and not to post. I'm posting anything that I think is significant after 6 years of these people have gone missing. So don't tell me what to post. Anything I think that may be relevant. If I think somebody is speaking from their soul and their heart and they're being candid, I'm posting it. Period. All right. So this person said, and I tried to kind of crop out their name. They don't want the world knowing who they are. I was just going through comments. This lady says, my boyfriend knew them. I live across the street from the house. That might be her that live across the street from the house that I'm looking at. All right. I look at it every day and think about them. My man thinks the neighbor did something with them, but he dead now. And the house has blood stains in the ceiling. I don't know. I'm not going in there to find out. I don't know. Nothing ever came about it. Shaking my head. So I'll read this again. My boyfriend knew them. I live across the street from the house. I look at it every day thinking about them. My man thinks the neighbor did something with them, but he dead now. And the house has blood stains in the ceiling. I don't know. Nothing ever came about it. Shaking my head. This house was vacant when they were missing. It was vacant then? I'm trying to understand. I need to understand what this person is saying. My boyfriend knew them. I live across the street from the house. Well, I think she's saying she lives across the street from the house they went missing from. I believe that's what she's trying to say. My man thinks the neighbor did something with them, but he dead now. Okay. And the house has bloodstains in the ceiling. I don't know, nothing ever came about it. Huh. Well, the only other house is like here. I just don't want to show it really because somebody lives there. There's like this whole big yard that separates this vacant house from another house, and people live in that house. People live in that house. Huh. I read another. See, she did not mention in this statement that this house is abandoned, or the house she's referring to is abandoned. I believe in this specific statement, she was saying that she lives across the street from the house that Diamond and King went missing from. There is other information that I looked at online, on Facebook, whereas people are alleging that there's some sort of house that they could be in that's now abandoned. So that's what I'm trying to make sense of. Not quite sure, trying to make sense of that. The only house that's really, really close to the house they went missing from is this house, and it's abandoned and it's across the street. Again, there are other abandoned